Thank you for tuning in to another groundbreaking episode of BLB. In need of answers, Jake and Adam hire a scientist. Let's see if their hard-earned money is well spent. And let's hope we find some answers.
Past the point of no return. I seen it. I've smelt it.
Check this out.
He was big.
This is real.
I really don't know what's down there.
What are you doing, Jake?
Well, I'm trying to get some info on our scientist.
Tofobo Gite. It should be right. Are you gonna Google her?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Tofobo Gite says, "Oh yeah, okay, all right. She's done some things."
Like what?
Well, previously a professor in the Department of Anthropology at a state university. You know.
I wonder if she ever.
Also an adjunct professor of occupational and physical therapy. You know. An expert on foot morphology and locomotion in primates.
Jake and I have done the best we can to analyze the tracks that we have cast ourselves, which we know are real. And we've also analyzed tracks that people have graciously lent to us.
So we're going to interview her and pick her brain tonight.
Hopefully she's not going to be too much longer. I guess these big-time scientists are kind of prima donnas. They kind of go around doing what they do on their own terms. Is this real or is this just a bunch of BS? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Who can tell?
Who are we dealing with here?
We're dealing with a professional. I don't know. I think she's kind of on the fence.
Right now, if she doesn't come, I could really care less at this point, because right now she's not really... I'm not really impressed already.
Is she a believer, She's a skeptic, Looks like she's been a skeptic in the past. But, she had been a true believer. She's been kind of disheartened with a couple of hoaxes that she's investigated, so that's kind of made her, whatever, and kind of doubt herself. But, you can't compete with her quality of work.
Look at these tracks. Look at these things. Uh-oh. I think that might be her. Hey, would you mind getting the door off? I'll just get the camera.
Okay, you want me to? Hello? Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
Nice
Dr.
to meet
Jake.
you. Yeah, doctor. Nice to meet you. I'm
Doctor,
Jake.
Nice to meet you.
This is
Adam.
my friend Adam.
Hello, Adam.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for,
Thank you for inviting me. What have we here?
What do you think?
Well, this is...
Okay.
I was thinking, I don't want to jump exactly... I don't really want to jump exactly right into it. I was actually hoping to maybe do a sit down, get a little background on what you are all about, kind of person you are, what you do. We were just actually researching it online.
Sure.
But
Okay.
These are some prints that we have, some casts.
I see this.
And we can give you the rundown.
I would
kind of
love
like where they came from and
to get the rundown.
kind of stuff like that.
Many samples. All right, great. Let's sit down and
Yeah, you want to? So, Dr. Ite, thanks so much for coming.
My pleasure.
We're
Pleasure
just
to be here.
We're waiting for Jake. He's doing something. I'm not sure what he took off, but
He's one of your associates.
he's the other half of BLB.
It's been very exciting just being out in Idaho and working on projects at the forefront of the verification of Bigfoot across the United States. I've always been fascinated with the missing link, the connection from primate to human being. So I'm trained in zoology with a specialization in the movement patterns of vertebrates and specifically primates. And so I love to be out in the field, so I have an anthropology degree, and we stay out in the field for large tracts of time, just looking through. It's a wonderful way to experience the union between science and the natural world, hands-on, not just in a laboratory somewhere studying it. And so, just Bigfoot, one of the biggest mysteries we have. Can't be disproven. Some feel they've proven it, some question that. But I got into the science of it very early on because I knew that I could either just join the bandwagon of people who believed in it, or I could get behind the actual locomotion of finding hard science and facts and not letting people's wishful thinking carry us forward, but find true data that can support whether there is a large creature, a missing link, a Bigfoot. About 7 years ago, I went out to take that residency at University of where I assisted Dr. And we spent a great deal of time in the forest tracking
Together.
Bigfoot, yes.
I heard that you and were studying together, right? You were his understudy, something. You were his assistant. Okay.
Yeah.
Did it go any further than that?
Well, did it go further than that? That's classified information.
Okay, we know you dated. Okay, we already know.
Okay, cat's out of the bag. Okay. Yeah. I have dated.
Uh-huh.
Quite a few months, on the trail of Bigfoot.
And why aren't you guys...
Close quarters, through thick and thin, all kinds of weather,
Why?
Get close to a person.
Uh-huh. Why aren't you dating anymore?
He's married to his work.
These tracks here came from a friend of ours,
Right.
a new friend of ours, Tony is his name.
Tony, okay.
This single track here came from a woman who was a field researcher herself, Nellie. Doctor, Nellie claims to be.
What sort of doctor?
I don't know. She wouldn't tell us what kind of doctor she was. This here is a track that I actually cast here. So it's kind of interesting. Cast that this summer. This one was donated by a friend of ours here in the Bigfoot community. They decided to let us borrow this one. This one here, this darker one, is a cast that Jake actually made himself. He found it locally. And then this one here,
This is a local track right here.
These are all
local tracks.
within 10 miles of here.
Within 10 miles, okay.
Actually, the two on the end, I'm not sure exactly how far away those are. And then we got this print here, which Jake brought over today. A friend of
just today.
his. Well, yeah, this is the first time I've ever seen this thing. Somebody locally cast this about 8 years ago. Something like that, 10 years ago, Jake, right? Yeah. Isn't that what they were saying? And this one's from Irishtown too, right?
Irishtown.
That one's from Irishtown.
These are some fine specimens here. Wow. That is incredible. You almost never can see microdermal ridges. And I am seeing them in both of these casts. Where did you get these casts? Tony? You don't know who this Tony is? You've known him for how long?
Well, we've only known him just since we've been doing the Bigfoot thing.
From the size of the large toe ball pad, so this is more well defined. This looks like the size, let me just, yeah, this looks like, the footprint of a mature female. You can tell because there's a nice arch to it. She's learned to actually not use the lateral dorsiflexion as much. She's keeping her weight a little more carefully planted into the ground, whereas this is going a little more flat-footed and carelessly. It hasn't quite matured. and learned stealth yet. It's a little haphazard, like an adolescent boy. But these microdermal ridges are fascinating. How you can see it's almost like a fingerprint. A microdermal ridge is like a fingerprint. And so, these are fantastic specimens. These footprints would make me want to go out into the field. Definitely. Mind if I pick these up?
No, no,
Okay,
absolutely
great,
not. I mean,
great.
you break them, you bought them.
Now, what was used to cast this? The coloration is interesting to me. And also, in terms of the topography, let's just, hold on one moment. Let's just compare these two, because I'm seeing a little bit of, I don't want to touch the grass, but I'm seeing a little bit of grass embedded from the location. How fresh did the tracks look? Did Tony say anything about freshness of the tracks?
I think he
When
said
they
they were
were
2 years old.
2 years old? The tracks were 2 years old, or the
think so.
casts were 2 years old?
I think the casts were,
Casts.
I think he made them just kind of like in fresh tracks, I guess.
So you can see, if you look here, you can see the little grass imprints. There are little grass imprints here. There's a similar, oh, and here's a piece of grass right here. That is the same form. I'm going to start taking some samples. All right, I'm going to get this. All right, here's a piece.
What are you doing there, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm going to find out exactly what kind of grass this is. You know, it's possible that these were found in the same location. If those were taken from the same location, it's possible that this juvenile male was looking to mate with this more mature female, which would mean that this juvenile male was looking to encroach on the territory of the alpha male that no doubt this female was already mating with. These are two different animals. Are there lone wolves within Bigfoot? Or do they really come together?
Theory.
There could be a rogue male theory. It's true. It happens in many species. Something's odd about this one.
That one we got from Nellie.
This almost looks like the top of a foot more than it looks like the bottom of a foot. Let me just get a measurement from the toe down. Right, 19.5. This is large for a print. Honestly, I'm really not buying this one. I mean, I'd have to take it to the laboratory and really examine it further, but I mean, also the fact that the toe structure, very rarely do we see in Bigfoot that this is so, I mean, I have to assume that this is the big toe and that the pinky is that much longer. It's almost equal with the big toe, and I don't buy that.
And that one, I cast that one.
Is that anyone's beer? Can I have a sip of that?
Where?
Right here. Do you mind?
That was mine. You can have it.
Is that okay? Oh, thanks so much. I appreciate that. Okay, where were we?
This one here is a cast that I made here on this property. That's less than a month old.
It's a large sample. It's a large sample.
I thought it was kind of weird because I noticed that it only had 4 toes. Jake actually found that footprint and I cast it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
4 toes. There's a large gap between the 3rd and the 4th toe.
I saw that. I was wondering if it was a genetic mutation or if it got bitten off or what
I'm thinking more, yeah. I mean, I would lean less toward genetic mutation, though that's certainly possible, and more toward some sort of catastrophic event where there was a narrow escape. What kind of predators do you have around here?
Just your typical. I mean, there's mountain lions, there's wolves, gray wolves, and black bear.
A sample of this grass structure, and I can compare it with the grass structure of the first 2, because we may be able to find some similarity. These have a very interesting toe structure, these 4th and 5th one. Do you have a lot of sightings here in the area? Or is it mostly tracking and finding footprints?
You want to help us out here?
Sorry, there's the camera.
Thought you'd be able to answer Dr. Ite's questions here, but...
Where were we?
Well, I'm curious as to... Oh, look at this nail right here. Jake, you took this one?
Oh yeah, that was in a garden. An old garden, roto-tilled garden, you know, next to an old dump. The house was built back in the 40s.
Yeah? Back in the 40s, eh? Jake, this is a great cast. As a Bigfoot grows and matures, I feel these could be real. These could be authentic. This one could be. This one could be. This one could be. I still think that's a fake. You can tell from the structure on the...
guys.
Bigfoot.
Oh,
You can
Hey, let's go. Oh,
tell from the structure.
hey.
Oh, were you-
hey, come on, seriously?
I'm so sorry.
We're
You guys are actually busy right now.
How
I'm
did
sorry.
you? Well, you're not supposed to be here tonight.
Well, I just figured I caught wind of you guys doing a shoot, and I figured you might need old Sven here with you, and I, wanted to try to make up for last time a little bit, maybe. I know we didn't hit it off so well there. The first time was okay and everything, and then I know things got a little weird last time, so I just wanted to kind of smooth that out a little bit.
We're in the middle of something.
I can see a lot of good shots in here. You picked a nice scene.
Sven.
You guys picked a really nice scene for this. I mean, this is a nice.
Sven.
We're in the middle of something.
See a lot of nice shots.
Who is
Sven.
this?
What's going on, Jake?
Interrupting us right
Hey,
now?
what's going on, buddy?
You said wind.
This is
You said wind.
Of
This is
course.
Sven.
I
He's,
caught wind of that. This shoot. I figured
Is
I
he
want
part of your team?
no.
stop over here.
Does he have clearance to be around these?
No, he doesn't. He's not even supposed to. Be
How you been, Jake? I know it's been a little while since we saw you last, but
You said wind.
I did. I like to use that term once in a while. Now, did you guys need me to take a camera here? What do you want me to do exactly? I'm ready to jump in.
I think you should. One thing you should do is you should be quiet and let us keep working, doing it.
Do you want me to just just kind of get into it a little bit, kind of take the scene in a little? I'm used to this kind of. You know how I work.
I would rather you not be here.
Well, I mean, that's not an. It seems like I'm here, so why not just give it a shot? You know what I mean? I mean, let's just kind of see what happens.
I'm sorry about that.
Adam, I think if you just took maybe from this angle over here,
dude, I'm telling you, sit down and keep your mouth shut, okay? Just please, if you're gonna,
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I don't want to be mean to you, but
you know when.
Just be quiet, okay? I'm
This
sorry.
is costing them $100 an hour if that helps you to be quiet. I'm not cheap and I came a long way. I would believe that these 4
Wait,
feet...
just 1 second. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
Listen, Jake.
I could see this.
Stop right there. I'm sorry, okay? We're gonna have to, let's go talk to Sten real quick.
Sven.
Okay? Come outside. Come on. Come here. Come on.
What's going on? What are you thinking?
Dude, I know you probably got dropped off here. Like you always do, and that's fine. If you can't keep your mouth shut, this will be the last time that you'll ever come here. If you can't keep your mouth shut. This is serious in here. We paid a lot of money to get this girl here.
That's why I'm trying to give
Just
you
keep your
2
mouth
cents.
shut. Okay? Keep your mouth shut.
You know I have.
You want to run the camera?
I'd love to. I know what I'm doing.
Can you keep your mouth shut?
Yes. Just give me another shot. I'm not gonna screw this up. This
I'm
means
so
the world to me. I'm sorry. I just have a way that I like to do things.
We've gotten to know each other a little bit here, right?
Yeah,
I don't like you.
I understand that. And I want to turn it around. I'm telling you, once you see what I can do.
I've watched all the footage that you've had so far, and guess what? We can hardly use any of it. Okay? You're not that good.
I'm just getting used to your camera, okay? That's all. I wish that. Listen, just give me another shot.
You're saying you're gonna turn a 180-degree turn from everything you shot before.
I'm gonna do a complete 180. Trust me.
180.
You guys,
Now,
you
from
saw
here
my
on out.
references. Did you call my references? I mean, you must.
What do you think?
Of course you did. So
3 discontinued numbers, 2 wouldn't return a call, and
The other one sounds like you. If you don't keep your mouth shut, you're gone down the road. I don't care if you have to walk.
Why?
I'm not going to take you home. You're not sleeping on the couch tonight. Okay. You open up your mouth, you're gone.
Okay.
Okay?
The old college try. You ever heard that saying?
I've heard you talk an awful lot, and that's about what I'm sick of hearing. I didn't introduce you to shit.
No shit. I go in there, I feel like a complete loser. You make me sit in the blue chair. I'm not arguing. I'm sorry. I'm not in a place to argue with you right now, I'm sure.
we'll flip the Kodiak. If it lands with the face up, then you stay. If it lands with the face down,
Give me that cam.
then
Do I get to flip it?
You flip.
Do I at least get...
No. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Ready? Here we go. And...
Would you look at that? Looks like fate has decided in favor of Sven.
Kodiak, bear up.
Yep.
We're going to give him one last chance.
You need to practice
Okay.
not talking.
Mum's the word.
Right.
You heard?
Then we're good. And we're all gonna.
This is against my better judgment, Jake. I'll be right back. You guys stay right there.
Oh, I thought that we were all going to go in there.
Now, Doc, listen. He's got to get another tape. But,
I understand. Listen, I just want to do you guys right on this. You know what I mean? I'm here to do my best.
So you want to take over the camera?
Yeah, I suppose. Is it my turn?
Are you done with that beer?
Oh, yeah.
Are you done with that beer?
Never done with my beer. I'll get another one when I am. I'm a single-hand slinger when it comes to the camera. I'm not going to say anything once we get in here.
What? I mean, we're just... So this is real. We're doing it then.
Did you hear me talking?
Okay. We're not gonna call him Doc because this is the real doctor.
No,
Right.
Just keep your mouth shut. Okay. Let's talk here. Since we got a cameraman here, my hands are freed up. What did you find out here?
Big Daddy. Did you feel that? Feel that. Feel it.
Yeah, holy
Whoa.
cow. Yeah, that's
Feel
got
that.
some weight to
It's
it.
got weight to it.
Yeah.
Could just be because this cast is 10 years old, so the plaster of Paris is...
No, guys, I'm sorry to
Not-
interrupt. I'm sorry.
Keep your mouth shut. Get the fuck out of here now.
The,
Get the fuck
the microphone
Get out of here.
in the shot.
Get the fuck out.
microphone was in the shot.
See ya. Sorry about that. So, here, you take this camera. Alright. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
I'm sorry about that.
It's good.
We gave him a shot. He failed.
Okay. I like to see
Sorry about
decision.
that.
I like
No,
to see decision.
that's
Thank you
fine.
for throwing him out. Let's get back to work.
Okay, yeah, okay. Let's see what
So
we got.
this is, it could be just the plaster of Paris, or it could just be the fact that this was such a large Bigfoot that the depression was quite deep. If you look at the width of that depression, the amount of weight transference, the load transference on the plane, the planetary field there, is quite impressive. I'm gonna put it down because I'm getting tired. But look how it's like, it's really, here's the big toe, but it's really the telltale marks of the weight transferring to the lateral side. It's almost like it's going, ooh, ooh,
Yeah, over to the side.
ooh, yeah. Let me just take a closer look here.
Could the animal
Also-
have been injured? Would that account
you
for
gonna
the
behave?
lope? You know, the
behave?
The extreme,
shot.
that's an interesting thought, Jake. You know, honestly, I thought you all were going to be a bunch of yahoos. But you've got some interesting casts, and you've got some interesting ideas. And I just, you know, hey, fair is fair. I'm willing to give recognition where recognition is due. Now,
You don't mind the microphone?
in the words of Stu Redman,
Keep your mouth
country
shut,
don't mean dumb.
This
But,
is your absolute last shot.
Yeah,
Just
I
saying.
appreciate it.
This is your
so
absolute last shot.
here we are. I can see some microdermal ridges in here, even though they're very faint though because the cast is quite old. This field right here is so well developed that it may have actually had a limp. It could have had an uneven gait, which was actually Jake's idea. Okay, let's just take a picture of that. Excuse me. Here we go. It's a little difficult to take the picture with you there. We'll do our best. Thank you. Okay, there we go. Thank you. What was your name again?
His name is Stan.
Stan. Well, Stan, thank you for being quiet. That's
Sven.
great.
Sven is his name.
No, Sven.
Whatever.
Width. Now, were you in here, Jake, when I was showing Adam the difference?
If you can't shoot some shots that we can
Of-
use, you can get it. I don't care if you're quiet or not. If you can't shoot shots that we can use, get the out of here.
I'm shooting
Yeah.
good shots.
Here, give me this camera.
I think you're
It
shooting
just
good
really
shots.
makes it seem
What
like,
am I doing?
yeah.
Jack,
Would you mind shooting? Would you mind
What
shooting?
am I? Do you want to just give me a quick run through then?
No.
It's got a limp.
Maybe a
It's
quick
like,
run through would help.
You can just sit down over there and be quiet.
boom. Or maybe see other. Wait, no.
Sit down over here and be quiet. Sit in that chair.
It's actually it's the non-injured foot. It's the non-injured foot. It's the
No,
non-injured.
my
It's
shots were
it's the
good, I thought.
non-injured foot
thought my shots
that
were good.
actually creates this extreme musculature right here. It's the non-injured foot because that's the foot that receives all the weight when he's limping. So if he's running through the forest, he is putting an extreme amount of weight on this lateral dorsal surface. Is that, yep, 14 from width to width of girth.
Shut up!
Oh my. Okay. Let's focus. 18 of length. 4 toes. 4 toes. Now, actually, let's just take our limping theory a little further. It almost looks like the arch is dropped, and that's really unusual for a Bigfoot. As you'll see, most of them, even this fake one, looks like it's got a little dorsal.
I didn't think that these two were real because they were so small. And you're saying kind of like the opposite, right?
I'm saying they look more real than any here, though I do believe these 4 also show signs of being real, though I need to take my samples back to the lab to be certain. That's what I'm saying.
And you think that because these have like almost like fingerprints, I can see them in here.
Yes,
you can see
exactly. The dermal the dermal ridges, exactly. And we can show
especially
them here on the
in
camera.
the
You can
toes.
just kind of, you can see they're a little hard, probably hard to pick up on the camera, but I can see very slight, almost fingerprint-like sections.
What about this through
to
here?
it. Exactly, right into very good example up through there. It almost looks, it looks a little more svelte, doesn't it? Looks a little softer. You can tell it's sort of a female sole of a foot.
It's, yeah, I can see.
It's
I
got
can see
it's
a
got a
little
softer
narrower.
development. It's a little narrower. It's a little more beautiful. You know.
It's, I guess I never thought of that, but you're right. It does look a little more attractive
It's
to
got
me.
a little more. Yeah, it's kind of a sexier foot.
Yeah.
Which one's sexier? Please tell me.
The one on the right's hotter.
Big foot. This is, you know, this is just kind of like flapping all over in the wind over here.
Just
Sven, they have university courses for cryptozoology.
they do?
They do.
Well, maybe you and I could discuss those courses.
Well, you could go to your local college and look up. Why don't you do some research and then we'll talk?
You don't think we could maybe talk a little bit about it?
Well, I think you could do some research first.
I'm sorry about our camera guy. He's really not even our camera guy. He's really not supposed to even
You
be
could get a
here.
lock for the door.
I got a lock for it. I have such a big heart. Every time he comes around, I have a hard time being mean to him for too long.
Yeah. Well, just don't ever take him on an actual Bigfoot hunt, okay?
We have twice now.
If I could enlist you, Adam, to please, if you could please,
Anything.
hold the, one moment.
Hold the sample.
No? We cannot contaminate the site.
This has been a really awesome day here.
This is really something.
I really feel like if you just let me use the camera a little bit more, I know it's been a little bit, you know, maybe hit or miss, maybe more miss maybe than hit. That'll change.
I think things went pretty great today. You know, we got really lucky with the amount of casts we were able to get donated.
I need to take my samples to the laboratory and do extensive cross-checking.
Jake, don't humor this asshole.
I'm just what question? I didn't ask you a question. You throw me under the bus like that.
Jake, whatever. Now you're not gonna get my back after that?
What are you talking?
I'm already up Shit
all night.
Creek.
I had your back
I'm
all
already
night
up
all
Shit
week. What are you
Creek.
talking about? Who else has your back?
Do you see a paddle in my
Me
hands?
and Jesus. That's it,
You see
buddy.
my paddle in
Me
my
and
hands?
Jesus. That's
Jesus
it.
and you, I get it. But you see a paddle in my hands?
Give me a break.
Just trying to make a difference, guys.
On the next episode of BLB, Adam and Jake get themselves a college intern to run camera. I just really hope this kid does a better job than that last guy. They'll travel into a new area known for sightings and other Bigfoot activity. Many miles from any main road, this really could pan out. Or will it be another disaster?
Gnarly dude.